MacArthur Lock for General Douglas MacArthur, and it was opened to the public for traffic in 1943. The lock is 800 feet long, 80 feet wide, and 31 feet deep here at the lower level. It requires 10 million gallons of water to raise the vessel to the Lake Superior level in this lock, including the lock. The second rock over is Poe. This is our super lock. And in honor of Civil War General Orlando M. Poe of the U.S. Army. The lock is 1,200 feet, 110 feet wide, 32 feet deep here at the lower level. This lock requires 22 million gallons of water to raise the vessel to the Lake Superior level. This usually locks that can house 1,000-foot freighters. There are 13. They range from 1,000 feet to 1,000 feet in length. Each freighter will have experience with catastrophic clear locks, or locks 3 and 4, the Davis and the Sabrin. The Davis opened in 1914, the Sabrin in 1919. These two locks are no longer in operation. Two block mounted to the back of the vessel from the stack of splits. We have the next one in the washer. The smaller vessel to the right of it is the lock to the operated to the post office and the same room. All vessels have to the lock. Our employers will have the written report on the amount of type of cargo, as well as any passengers on board. The gates ahead are open to us. The safety boom is raised on the right-hand side, and the light is green, indicating we have permission to enter the lock. Coming up right now to our left, this, here where the silver rails are. This is one of our gates that you can connect to that gate. If you look to our right on top of the wall, you'll see several flags. These flags represent the shipping companies that use the Soo Lock. The gates behind us are now closed, and the water on the other side of the gate ahead of us is to the top of the gate. So much higher than the water level of the entering. Extending the full length of the lock and beyond the gates at both ends are large tunnels, with large valves located inside each end. The tunnels run under the floor of the lock to raise us from the Lake Huron level to the Lake Superior level ahead of us. The filling valves ahead of us are now open. This will allow the water to flow through the tunnels and up into the lock through the opening in the lock floor. The emptying valves behind us are now closed so that the Lake Superior water entering ahead of us cannot escape. The flow of water into the lock and out of the lock is all by gravity, and no pumps are used. Once the water level in the lock reaches the same level as the water on the other side of the gates will be opened and we will continue with our tour. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to fill the lock. The only power required to operate the lock is the power to operate the gates, the valves, and the safety booms. Water is flowing into the lock at a rate of 1.5 million gallons per minute. During the navigation season, about 100 million tons of freight pass through the Soo Lock. The largest percentage of this freight is taconite iron ore pellets from the mines at the western end of Lake Superior. About 2/3 of the taconite produced in the United States and Canada moves through the Soo Lock. Freight eastbound from Lake Superior consists mostly of taconite pellets, low sulfur coal, wheat, and other grains. Freight westbound into Lake Superior consists mostly of coal and crushed limestone. Once again, no toll is charged to any ship of any nationality using the American locks. The Soo Locks are in operation from late March until the middle of January. At the close of the navigation season in January, the locks are drained, inspected for damage, repaired and left dry until spring. Winter maintenance includes boat, pier, and equipment repairs. The Soo Locks has a workforce of approximately 120 people. They're responsible for operating the locks, the U.S. power plant, and for dredging the navigation channel of the St. Mary's River. There is usually 2 to 5 feet of ice on the St. Mary's River and large portions of Lake Superior and Lake Huron during the winter months. And in the spring of the year, the United States icebreaker Mackinac and smaller icebreaker tugs break paths through the ice so navigation can once again get underway. Freighters are often convoyed through the ice fields by the icebreakers. Each year, many ocean vessels from countries all over the world pass through the Soo Locks. The principal cargo taken from Lake Superior ports by ocean vessels are grain and grain products. An ocean vessel must descend Lake Superior in a stairway of 16 different locks. That's 602 feet above sea level. The first lock here in Sault Ste. Marie, a vessel is lowered 21 feet from Lake Superior to the Lake Huron level. After crossing Lake Huron, a vessel enters Lake past Niagara Falls, lowers a vessel 326 feet from Lake Erie to Lake Ontario. The 7 locks of the St. Lawrence Seaway lowers a vessel 224 feet from Lake Ontario to the Atlantic Ocean. The remaining 31-foot drop is caused by the natural descent of lakes and rivers within this system. The 1,624-mile journey from the Sioux to the Atlantic Ocean takes about 150 hours, or a little over 6 days. On the same location where the second lock is today, over to our right, the state of Michigan built the first lock in 1855. The sailing vessel Columbia, carrying 132 tons of iron ore, was the first cargo transported through the state lock. Now, over 150 years later, the cargo carrying capacity of ships has increased to over 70,000 tons. In 1881, the Wetzel Lock was completed, and it was later replaced by the MacArthur Lock. In the mid-1890s, General Orlando M. Poe supervised the removal of the state lock on our right and the construction of a new lock, the first Poe, which operated from 1891 to 1961. It was later replaced by the second Poe and today's present-day Poe at a cost of $40 million in 1969. Today there were 3 locks in operation on the river, 2 American and 1 Canadian. However, the Canadian lock is strictly used for pleasure craft. If you look ahead of us now, you'll see the gates are beginning to open. In just a few minutes here, the safety boom will be raised, and we will soon leave the lock to continue on our tour, passing under the International Highway Bridge and Railroad Bridge, and cross the Canadian Channel to tour the steelworks of Algoma Steel. We're now in the upper St. Mary's River, and it is still 16 miles ahead of us to Lake City. It was one of the most heavily guarded inland sections of North America. There were over 7,000 troops stationed here. They manned anti-aircraft guns and machine gun nests. Searchlights covered the city sky at night, and up to 50 barrage balloons were placed strategically above the city to prevent enemy dive bombers from coming too close. The lock became a virtual fortress. Then in 1942, the U.S. government undertook the construction of a new lock to replace the outdated Wetzel lock. And in record time of only 14 months, the MacArthur lock was opened. This lock was designed for speed, as the war effort increased the need for raw materials. 90% of the iron ore used to manufacture ships, tanks, and guns for the Allies passed through the Sioux locks.
Turn around, go back. Yeah.
looks like the one coming up here on our right. If the gate belongs to enter the fail, the cranes to lower the use of the slot here, left and right, in the lock wall to shut the flow of water. They also place these down mid-January in front of the gate when the lock is shut down until the end of March. And here we are in the upper approaches. Now we have been lifted 21 feet to the upper St. Mary's River. And again, as I'm saying, it's still 16 miles out. Not very far to the beginning of Lake Superior, just outside of Brimley, past the lighthouse. So if you look over to our right, where you see the construction going on, which is the upper approach to locks 3 and 4. The 2 locks that are soon being dismantled and replaced with one large lock, second super lock at 1,200 feet long by 110 feet wide. That project will not be completed for at least 7 to 10 years. So we'll put in new walls here along the canal, and they're to a depth now of 30 feet. Here's capable of comfortably 1,000-foot freighters to pass through safely. Up ahead of us now, ladies and gentlemen, is the International Highway Bridge. The bridge was opened to traffic in 1962 and replaced the ferry service that operated below the locks behind us. This is the only international crossing between Port Huron, Michigan. 350 miles to the southeast and the Ontario west. It took 2 years to build. From the bridge to the water's 124 feet. Just past the highway bridge are sections of the Canadian National Railway Bridge. We'll go right under the little bridge. It was constructed in 1960, and it replaced an older swing bridge, crossing the canal leading down to the first and the second block. To our right is the Bascule, or the Jackknife Bridge. This bridge was constructed in 1913, crossing the canal that leads down to Block 3 and 4. It is the largest